What's up, guys? Fans here doing a chapter review of Shokugeki No Soma 174. This chapter was pretty simple. As far as this, the strength of this read goes, the strength of it is the team up between Kotokiba, Alice, Soma, Megumi, and Yuki. So that's my opinion what the strength of this chapter is. I love the dynamic between these teams and how they work together and how they're able to bring their strengths together and how they complement each other. With Kotokiba's experience on the fish market, Alice's fish with all that gastronomy or chemical stuff that she gives explaining to, Soma with being Soma, and then Megumi and Yuki make pretty damn good sidekicks. This is a pretty strong team. This was probably the last team you want to fuck with when it comes to Central. So as far as Central goes, they do that dirty shit from last chapter of them try to give them crappy ingredients. And of course, in this chapter, they start working across it to get a good salmon that instead of using the shitty salmon that they had before. So they go out and they get something called summer salmon. At least that's what I read in the translation. It's called summer salmon. Salmon that isn't caught during the, I believe, spring or summertime. They're young salmon, and apparently all its nutrients it's in the stomach or it's in the meat. But they were able to find it because someone had it in the market, which I think a little convenient, but that was pretty makes sense that in this country that someone would be selling that type of salmon for the show close in the country. So I thought that was pretty interesting, pretty cool. The dynamics between them, they're able to work over it. Now that Central, the teacher, she's fucking annoying. That bitch is annoying. She's like, it doesn't matter if you got good ingredients. There's only 30 minutes for you to make this. I'm like, Jesus, you're a fucking cartoon. You're like a cliched villain from Disney, and you're ugly. That pissed me off. I was like, man, this is a horrible villain for this new arc. For the first arc, this is a crappy, annoying teacher. I want a good villain, one that uses ideals to beat them instead of dirty, underhanded tactics. It's funny because she thought that she already had beat them with the fact that they weren't able to get good ingredients from the start. But no, with this team, with their experience and their knowledge, we're able to get a pretty damn good fish. So they make their food, Kotokibe, Soma, Alice, and Alice gives this like chemical explanation. I can't give the explanations myself. It's so hard to review this manga sometimes because when you try to explain the food, you just find yourself lost. We just know it tastes fucking good. That's it. She eats it. She has her own, oh, this tastes so good. How could this be? It's not Central. Yada, yada, yada. And Soma goes and tells her, oh, you can't beat us this way. There's no way you can beat this team with those kind of tactics. So that's when I'm like, yes, Soma gets it. Don't beat this team with underhanded tactics because that's not going to work. They're always going to find a way. You need to beat them with your own, in order for you to beat this team, you need to have a strong set of opinionated ideals that you really think that their food isn't fit for Central. That's how this should work. Because if you try to do it underhanded tactics, you're already acknowledging that they're pretty damn good cooks and you have to go through the dirty route. And she knew that they were pretty darn good cooks because once she tasted it, she was like, oh. So basically they ended up passing the test. A pretty simple chapter. That's about it. Alice, it's fun. Oh, one thing about Alice too was that she was noticing the other cooks trying to cook on the dish that Azami had taught. But what I noticed is that they weren't trying to cook their own dish, which is a big deal in this arc. Is that they were only trying to cook what Azami taught them. Like, oh no, Asami did this, Asami did that. You're supposed to do it this way, not that way. No, that's not their own cooking now. It's just basically you got a bunch of little people trying to be Asami when they can never be him. Even though they might look like all menacing and like all tired and stuff like that, they look like helpless children. So that's a big theme in this arc was that Asami can't just go around making everyone be like him. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. You lose the entrance of the cooking. You lose the person in the cooking. So I really like that they showed that. They showed the students struggling, trying to be Asami. And that's why as far as foreshadowing goes, I really like that part in this chapter. And on top of that, of the students being the team together, they were able to overcome the obstacle. okay chapter. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Let's see what goes for the next one. I might give a live reaction, maybe, maybe not. But something big has to happen, so we'll see. That's my review for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Fansart out.